boy. Wood. I might not look wood, but I'm wood right now.
I got rats on me, she got ass on her, I bad for free. I got my strap on me, might pull up in some shit you never seen. 100 bags for cheap, fuck your club, bitch, you can shop with me.
Who the gang in this bitch? It's your boy bigcheeesetv back with another video. Today I got another story time for you guys. I'm gonna tell you guys about the time that I almost got my whooped by a gangbanger. So at the time I was about 14. This was my first year in high school, and this will mark my first year going to public school as well. Prior to going to high school, from kindergarten to 6th grade, I was in a private school. We migrated to a Catholic school, and I finished the remainder of my middle school out at a Catholic school until I ended up going to high school. I ended up at Dorsey. For y'all who watching this video, some of y'all don't even know what the hell Dorsey is. Dorsey is a rinky-dink.
Whoa, now. You got too much dip on your chip.
Dorsey is a cool little high school. There's one line stops right in front of Dorsey. You feel me? We're one of the few schools that got that has a train stop right next to the school. It's on Expo and Farmdale. If you ever go in towards Santa Monica Beach, you'll see it. It's right there. It's big green school, home of the Dons. You feel me? You feel me? Dorsey Don, DDP for life. You feel me? 9th grade year actually like set the tone for the rest of my high school years, man. I don't know. I was using school as a means to escape from my reality, if that makes sense to you guys. I was doing stuff that I don't normally do at school. I was getting into trouble. I was ditching class. I was doing a bunch of stuff that I shouldn't have been doing. But it's like I never had a chance to do some stuff that regular kids get to do because my dad was very strict. I would go to school. I was a dusty fat kid. I wasn't no fly. You feel me? I was funny. I always been funny. In my eyes, always been funny. I don't know if everybody else see me as funny, but I always been funny. I wasn't really outgoing because this is my first time in a different setting. And the shit you hear about public school when you go to private school, it's like you don't want to go anywhere near a public school, you feel me? I already have my ideas. Oh yeah, it's gonna be gangbangers here. It's gonna be violence, fights every day. And Dorsey was nothing like that, bro. Yeah, there was a couple fights in my years going to Dorsey, but it wasn't like what the hype was about, you know? People like, they think about LA schools, they think about LA schools as weed infested. There was a lot of weed smokers, but weed infested, dirty. It was kind of dirty. Okay, some of the stuff is true, but at the same time, not all of it's true. It's not what you think. Some of it's true, but that's only because you don't have the right funding for maintenance and all this extra stuff, you feel me? And a whole bunch of social economical stuff that I don't really want to get into right now because, you know, that's not what I'm trying to do right now. And in 9th grade is where I got into gambling. It wasn't like Blackjack 21. It wasn't like playing dominoes. I was shooting dice. Yeah, shooting dice was exhilarating. It was fun. The hidden in the dice game was even more fun. I could be down $20 and I'll still be enjoying myself because I'm still in a dice game. I'm still making bets. A couple of days, I can't remember. I think I had just got $5 for my stepmom. This is when my dad's in jail. I got $5 for my stepmom. You feel me? Because I'm a broke young boy. I was you feel me? When dad went to jail, all the money got sucked out. Stepmom just gave me $5. You feel me? So I'm like, I'm not about to spend this $5 on no chips. I'm not about to buy nothing. I'm about to hit the dice game. You probably like, what are you gonna do with $5? But believe me, in 9th grade, the 9th graders used to shoot ones because we all, you feel me? None of us got jobs. There's probably like 2 or 3 9th graders that actually had jobs out of all the 80, 90 9th graders in the whole entire school because it was a very small school. I think we only had like 1,000 students. Yeah, so I got my $5. I hit the dice game. It was in the morning time and I had these homies. There's a homie James, the homie Chief, the homie Bleep, and the homie Walter. Now, Walter was like some freak of nature. From what I heard, I mean, they said this was when he was in 7th grade, which is 2 years before, he was out there beating up 11th graders. Now listen, I'm not scared of anybody. I've never been scared of a man. I'm not gonna put myself in a position to fight anybody if I know they have the ability to actually put hands on me. If I heard you 6'7", but you're a black belt in Taekwondo, okay, I'm gonna come at you a little less, you feel me, a little less pressed. I'm not, that don't make me a, that just makes me smart, okay? I'm just trying to protect myself. I'm not a dummy. I'm not you. You would walk into that and get kicked in the mouth by a 6'6", 240-pound man who knows how to kick. Stop it. I got the $5 and I was like, okay, I'm gonna hit the dice game today. I went in the morning before class. We got met in the bathroom in the C building. So there was like 6 buildings total in the campus, but we had decided to go to, no, it's more than 6, but we had decided to go to the C building. And the C building was always hot because we gambled. People smoked in the C building. We gambled in the C building. People did class in the C building bathroom. That's just how life went at Dorsey High School. We were gambling, and believe it or not, security walks in. When you hear the door open and you're gambling in the bathroom, you immediately pick up the dice. You stop what you're doing. You pretend like you paying. Now, since it was early in the morning before class, they walked in. They was like, y'all just get out of here. You feel me? It's early in the morning. I don't want any trouble with y'all. Just get out. So we all scattered. The homie Walter's like, hey, come shoot in the back of the H, where the H building is. I'm like, oh, okay. My big dumb. We all go over there. Me, Walter, Chief, all them niggas. We go over there and we start gambling. We ace high again. You feel me? We start gambling. And I shit you not, as soon as I ace high, guess who walks up behind me? The big 6'4" teacher named Mr. Howard. He had caught me in the act of gambling. I was like, I'm not running. You feel me? The homie Walt ran. The homie, everybody else ran. But I'm like, if I run, you feel me? It's gonna get ugly. And if they call my dad, it's gonna get ugly. He ended up taking me to the office. You feel me? He tried to break me. He said, listen, you tell me the name of your homies that ran. Because there's multiple, right? There's multiple niggas that ran. He's seen us all. It was like 5 or 6 of us over there. He's like, tell me the name of your homies that ran, and I'm going to let you off free. Now, listen. The name of the game is don't snitch. Okay? You get labeled as a snitch anywhere, and that's your head top. Mr. Howard had said something. He was like, so you don't know Walter? I'm like, which Walter are you talking about? He was like, I thought you didn't know who you were gambling with. I'm like, what? I never said anything. You feel me? And he had made it seem like I had told him myself or whatever. And I was just like, oh my God, this is gonna be a whole nother situation. You feel me? I don't know how the fuck he did it. I walked out of the dean's office, got my detention, and I walk up to Walter, and Walter's like, did you snitch on me? I'm like, nah, I didn't. Why would I do that? You feel me? I'm not dumb. Why would I snitch on you? He's like, if I find out you snitch on me, I'm gonna your fat ass up. And me, I'm like, damn, that's how you feel, nigga? And he's like, yeah. And come to find out, you feel me? Mr. Howard sees Walter, and he says, yeah, Walt, your homie snitched on you. Apparently, Mr. Howard had worked at Audubon, and Walter went to Audubon. So when you put 2 and 2 together, you feel me? Like, the nigga knew Walter before I got to the dean's office, before I started gambling, before I came to Dorsey. He knew that nigga Walter already. So him putting me in a position to get beat up is weird, and I think I need to head up, Mr. Howard. If you ever see this, I think I need to head up. I see my nigga Walter the next day. I didn't even see him for the rest of the day. I seen him the next day, and in my teacher, Mrs. McNeil class, it's our algebra class. We had all our classes. Me, Walter, the homie Ray J, the homie Delanor. There's a couple other people in there too. The nigga Walter was like looking at me. He was like, I'm gonna f you up. I'm gonna f you up. I thought he was playing. I was like, yeah, okay, yeah, okay, yeah, okay, yeah, okay. Class ended. You feel me? He like, come here, my kid. And I'm like, okay, this is my. You feel me? Because Walter was my cool, you feel me? That was my guy, you feel me? So I'm like, okay. So he holding me like, what did you do? I'm like, what are you talking about? He like, you know what the fuck I'm talking about? He didn't really hit me, like he brushed my chin. Like, I was like, nigga, what the fuck is you doing? He like, yeah, nigga, you said, you feel me? I told you if you snitch, I'm gonna need your fade. I'm like, nigga, what's up? Nigga, get in. Like, you feel me? Like I said, if you touch me, I'm tripping. In my head, it's do or die at this point, because he done already hit me. I'm not just about to sit here and take the punch to the chin, you feel me? So I start tripping. I'm like, nigga, what's up? I take off my backpack, I take off my jacket, and he like, what? Get in. And I shit you not, as soon as we about to squabble, the security that came, man. The security that came, and he grabbed me. I'm like, nah, nigga, what's up? He like, nah, you snitch, you weird. nigga. I'm like, what are you talking about? You feel me? Like, in my head, I'm like, this nigga really think I snitched. It's like, damn. But I mean, shit, he let us outside the building. He walked me outside the building. I was standing over there by Walter and shit. And then he was like, nah, you snitch, you fat. I'm gonna fuck you up. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. I'm like, nigga, I didn't snitch though. That's the crazy part. And he was just tripping in his head. He like, oh, I need a fade. But that's crazy, you feel me? But for like the next 2 days, I'm thinking like, damn, this nigga Walter really wants to get in. And I was just not hanging out with him. I'm like, nigga, I'm not about to hang out with a nigga who wants to fight me. If you want to fight me, nigga, come fight me. But I'm not gonna go look for you, bro. You in high school, you get whooped, you known for getting whooped. Oh God, you get whooped, you known for getting whooped. We had one nigga like that. I ain't gonna say his name, but he got whooped by 3 people in high school. How you get whooped by 3 niggas? One nigga booted him in the face. And that shit is terrible. If you like the video, please like the video. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the bell to get the notifications when my videos drop. Hey man, I hope you have a blessed day, blessed night. Have a good morning, something, man. I know it's something, you feel me? I'm tired. Deuces.